Hi, Carrie. So first I want to address what you were talking about in your last video about feeling upset by me not continuing the conversation, by, I guess, leaving you hanging. And the truth is, the last week when I made that video, I was feeling low, I was feeling burdened, and I was feeling anxious. I was feeling really anxious. And I was also very busy, and anxiety and busyness on top of each other, that I felt the need to make a video where I just kind of let some of that out. That's what I needed to do, rather than, I guess, address what we were talking about, which was, why is silliness important? Just the idea of asking that question in that moment was something that I was uncomfortable with even addressing at all. And so now I'm not feeling that way, so I'm going to address it. But that's where I was last week. I'm sorry that you felt left out. You felt that I really kind of threw a wall at you. So I'm sorry about that, but it's just where I was at. My answer to your question is, the question being, why is silliness important? To me, silliness is everything, because to me, silliness is exploration. Silliness is acknowledging that certain norms exist and exploring possibilities outside of those norms. And for me, that's where everything interesting happens. It happens when I explore and I'm willing to risk everything. It really is, at least for me, it's who I am. And what I feel like happens when you don't explore and you don't allow for silliness is, what you don't end up having is empathy for other circumstances. And so what ends up happening is, there's a large portion of society that actively works against another large portion of society. What you have is very insular, close-minded, unaccepting, and people. And in my mind, that's where a lot of hate comes from. A lot of the worst parts and shades of humanity comes from roots, I think, from an unwillingness to be silly, an unwillingness to explore, and an unwillingness to feel compassion as a result. I'd love to hear what you think about these ideas.